me to take a deep breath, just to take everybody in, so I don't start talking too fast. Good morning, buenos días y bienvenidas. Welcome to the Latinas Lead Power Summit. My name is Rachel Griego, and I am the Senior Vice President of Community Innovation and Strategic Partnership at the Latino Community Foundation. And that basically just means that I support our community in every way possible. Thank you to Dr. Ramona Beltran and Olga Gonzalez for such a powerful ceremony. What a gift it is for our audience here at the King Center. It's definitely an important reminder to all of us so that we acknowledge the land that we stand on and pay gratitude to our ancestors. For those of you turning in now virtually from across the country, welcome and thank you for your presence. I have to give a shout out to my sister, Ana Calzada, who's in West Covina, California, a powerful Latino sister and woman. So if she's listening and watching in, hi, Annie. I can't believe that it's our 6th year bringing this exciting event together. And we're excited about being in a new home here at the King Center. Thank you, Metro State University of Denver, for this partnership. The Latinas Lead Power Summit is created by Latinas for Latinas, and it exists to celebrate and empower Latina women and our allies. Today is dedicated to connecting women from all walks of life in Colorado and beyond. Today is our day for amplifying our voices and celebrating our power. Can I get a clap for that? Remember, we all have power. We shouldn't be waiting for anybody to give it to us, so we want to make sure that we acknowledge that. Did you know that in Colorado, 1 in 9 women is Latina, embodying a powerful and influential presence? Yet our voices often go unheard. Today, we gather to change that. Our state's Latina community holds incredible economic, political, and social potential. With the purchasing power of $40 billion, we drive our state's economy and contribute to our collective prosperity. Yet Latinas still face challenges: systemic discrimination, unequal access to education and to healthcare, and underrepresentation in various fields continues to persist, and we need to change that. So today we gather to amplify that and to make sure that we're trying to work to make change. Events like the Latinas Power Summit exist precisely for that. Today we come together to listen, to learn, to unlearn, and to uplift each other. Throughout the day, we have an incredible lineup of exceptional speakers and panelists who are just like you and me. We are going to go deep on some issues surrounding our identity from varied lived experiences, and for many of our presenters, it's the first time that they're ever going to be sharing their stories. So we want to make sure that we support them. I encourage you today to listen, to reflect, and if you feel compelled, share your stories with other people here and share them with us as well. Remember that we build our leadership through storytelling. Amigos y amigas, the Latinas Lead Power Summit is more than just a learning experience. It's about building community, creating lifelong relationships based on learned experiences, and mutual respect. Today we overcome obstacles and we empower each other to succeed. We are here to break barriers and to embrace our cultural heritage and pride, as you saw from our opening ceremony. Are you ready to be inspired and motivated? All right, we're almost there. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and partners. On the Poderosa level, I'd like to thank Molson Coors and the University of Colorado. Valientes level, the Colorado Health Foundation, CHAFA, the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority, and Xcel Energy. Yay. Our luchadora level, Alpine Bank, Alpine Buick and GMC. Yay! Bank of the West, Metropolitan State University, and Rose Community Foundation. On our Lead This level, I'd like to thank Caring for Colorado Foundation, Connect for Health Colorado, and Delta Dental of Colorado. And and las doñas, the Bonfils Stanton Foundation, City and County of Denver Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs and Office of Aging, and U.S. Bank, and University of Denver Latinx Center. And finally, I think I see Angeles Ortega back there. I'd like to thank Mi Casa Resource Center for all of their support and helping us. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. So as you know, without these important investments and partnerships supporting the Latino community, the summit would not be possible. So I want to again say thank you and acknowledge that. I would also like to acknowledge our amazing staff, our consultants, and our volunteers. As you know, we cannot do this alone, so I want to make sure that they get acknowledged if you see them wearing the badge, and just say thank you to them. They put in some really hard work. I'd like to especially thank our committed production team, Unico Communications, Latina owned and run. Yes. Our production team and live stream partner, Truce Media. And Marlene De La Rosa, who is the queen of volunteer management, and all of our volunteers. So if you see her, please give her thanks. When they say it takes a village, we say it takes a large comunidad. So for sure, it's definitely true. All right, so let's get moving. I am super excited, and I'm a little nervous to introduce a very special person today. This morning, it is my privilege to introduce a highly esteemed guest to our program, the 27th Administrator of the U.S. Business Administration, Isabella Casillas Guzman. Administrator Guzman was sworn in as the 27th Administrator of the U.S. Business Administration on March 17, 2021, and serves in President Biden's cabinet as a leading advocate for America's 33 million small businesses and innovative startups. Guzman has made advancing entrepreneurship her life's work. Growing up, she worked alongside her father in a chain of veterinary hospitals, and then she went on to launch her own businesses across a range of industries and to advise other founders in paving their way to the American dream of business ownership. She served as SBA's Deputy Chief of Staff in the Obama-Biden administration, and then she led the California Office of Small Business Advocates before being nominated by President Biden and confirmed by a bipartisan vote of the U.S. Senate to serve as SBA Administrator. We got to give it up for the bipartisanship, folks. Under Guzman, the SBA has scaled and improved to help small businesses and innovative startups gain unprecedented access to capital, contracting, networks, technical assistance, digital tools, and disaster support. As a result, millions more of American entrepreneurs have the resources that they need to start, grow, and build resilient businesses more than ever before. So with that said, I want you to give a round of applause, very loud, to the Honorable Guzman.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. It's so great to be here in Colorado. I am so excited to see all these Latinas and read these incredible bios of all the women that I've met with today. Thank you so much, Rachel. It's truly an honor to see the work of the foundation, alongside all of the great work that's being done across the state of Colorado for Latinos. But the Latino Community Foundation of Colorado, is a leader in trying to ensure that investments happen in our community. And it's one of my great joys when I get to travel around the country on behalf of the administration and as the SBA administrator to meet these types of amazing leaders, and in particular in the Latino community. And I know that there are so many Latina leaders out there championing our progress. Empowering up Latinas to have impact in their communities and really propel our communities forward. So it's great to be here. I started my day fueling up. I had some atole at Tonantzin Casa de Cafe, and it's an incredible location here in the Arts District, and it fueled my soul really to truly meet this Latinapreneur, Cynthia, who started this business during the pandemic in October 2021. She is part of the small business boom that is propelling our economy and helping with the recovery. I know that the councilwoman who joined me, as well as the leaders from the community who are investing in Latinapreneurs here, put her up as a shining example of that grit and determination that it takes to start a business. And I know the life of a small business owner. I grew up in small businesses. My father had a chain of veterinary hospitals that I started working at a young age. I've launched and grown my own businesses throughout my career, and I've advised founders. And I've talked to countless business owners across this country, and a common thread is bravery and a strong sense of self, which has propelled them to go from that person with the great idea to a person, an entrepreneur, launching that idea, making it work, hiring employees, and really advancing our economy. And that is, con valor, con ganas, that they do it. And Latinas are leveraging that por ganas at really high rates, 10 times the rates of other entrepreneurs. Latinas are starting up, and that, Latinapreneurs are the ones making the products and services that we all depend on in our communities, and innovating to solve global problems, manufacturing, making in America, building up communities, and giving back. And like this year's National Small Business Owners of the Year, we have a couple of Latinas across the country, and one of them is Juani Romero in Nevada, who has the largest minority woman-owned chain of coffee roasters in the state of Nevada, Mothership Coffee Roasters. You can find her online as well. And also Lynn Armijo. She has an HVAC company installing on large construction jobs with a team of over 25 technicians, and really being a part of the clean energy economy of the future as she helps us implement the Inflation Reduction Act. America's future is really strong with the courage, the grit, and determination of our nation's small businesses and innovative startups, including the more than 5 million that are Latino-owned, who contribute over $2.7 trillion to our economy each year. That's right. It's a massive part of our entrepreneurial regeneration here in America. And in fact, Aspen estimates that if we were to invest in those Latinopreneurs at the same rates as others, that they could produce another $900 billion for our economy, and they could produce over 4 million jobs. And that's what we have to do with the changing face of entrepreneurship, with women and people of color leading on the rates of entrepreneurship in this country. And America's great diversity is its superpower. Diverse teams outperform. We're seeing incredible progress globally with the innovations from our diverse entrepreneurs here in the United States. And it is about endless posibilidades. The President Biden always says that America can be defined in one word, and that is possibilities. It's why he has fought so hard to deliver for hardworking American families, and that includes our hardworking entrepreneurs. And he knows that investing in America and all of America, including the Latino community, will ensure that we can continue to recover and rebuild a strong economy that works for everyone. As he likes to say, from the bottom up and the middle out, which building from the bottom up is exactly what we do at the Small Business Administration. We help businesses start and grow, and we build resilient communities, helping respond in disasters. And it is the American dream of business ownership and creating intergenerational wealth that we're focused on. We're working in the Biden-Harris administration to ensure that our small businesses and our Latino community in particular are part of the president's Invest in America agenda. We've already had a record first 2 years with the economic recovery yielding over 13 million new jobs, so with historically low unemployment, including 4% in the Latino community. We are seeing a small business boom. I talked about Tonantzin Cafe earlier, but there are 11.7 million new business applications filed since the president took office, and those are rates that are 80% higher than any historical period that has ever been recorded. Inflation's continued to cool, supply chains are recovering, and we're making in America again. 800,000 of those new jobs have been in the manufacturing sector alone, and that is small business. We've also seen in Colorado $4.5 billion in private investments matching these historic investments, and we're finally rebuilding our infrastructure, our roads and bridges, which small businesses depend on to get their goods and get their customers. And in Colorado, there's been over 150 projects launched, $3.2 billion to date. But we must continue to ensure that all Americans, including the Latino community, can be a part of the solutions and the future of investments in America. So we need the courage of the Latino entrepreneurs, the great ideas, and that can continue to propel our economy forward. President Biden and Vice President Harris, I have to say, have been so focused on small businesses and the impact that they have on building intergenerational wealth, breaking down some of those barriers. We are putting small businesses front and center, making sure that SBA provides that access to capital, the investment in communities, so that we can get to that $900 billion extra in growth and the additional 4 million jobs that the Latino entrepreneurs can deliver. There are affordable loans to get funded. There are contracts to go after in those infrastructure spends. There are products to be invented and made here in the United States, and services to be delivered. And more importantly, there are leaders in this room and around Colorado and around the country who can help ensure and power that path forward for our entrepreneurs. And I'd like to shout out my SBA regional administrator as well, Aita Marcolier, who's here, as well as our Women's Business Center leaders who are in the room, because we have Mi Casa Resource Center, that is one of our funded resource partners, who are here lifting up the Latino community, making sure that our Latinapreneurs can strive to succeed and deliver their great idea. Denver Latinas have the power to connect, the power to have impact, and the power to get it done. And across Colorado, all of you who have come together to ensure that the state continues to lead for this increasingly important diversity and this increasingly important community is what's going to help advance our country. We all win when we inspire the Latina teacher, the educator. My husband's an educator. I can't forget them, as well as the civic and community and business leaders and those entrepreneurs. It's how we build prosperity for all, by investing in our communities. And I'm proud to be your voice as the highest ranking Latino in the economy in the Biden-Harris administration. But also, I said, diverse teams lead. This is the most diverse cabinet in history, with 4 Latino cabinet members, the largest number in history. And really, all of the work that you do around this state really inspires us. I know Secretary Becerra was here in town earlier this week, and the work that you all do matters. It helps us at the federal level ensure that we're creating policies, we're making investments that are equitable, that can propel our economy and our country further along, as Latinos are fully integrated and necessary for us to succeed, for us to be globally competitive. We need you, all of those great Latinapreneurs out there, to continue to power forward, and we at the SBA are here to help. So thank you so much for your time and your service to communities and for advancing this country. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Administrator Guzman. Now, please welcome our venue host and partner, MSU Denver Board Trustee, Olivia Mendoza.
All right. Buenos dias, everyone. It's time for these, unfortunately. As a trustee of MSU Denver, it is my great honor to welcome you to the university. Están en su casa. I have to admit that I am very nervous today to speak to you because about 6 years ago, I made the decision to leave my professional career, which was working in nonprofits and in government, and made the often criticized decision to go to law school as a 40-year-old woman. It was a very unconventional path. Well into my 40s, married with 2 children and a mortgage. But I did it because I cared so deeply about what the law does to our community and how we need to harness that power and our knowledge. And so the reason I'm nervous isn't because I went to law school, it's because I've spent the past 6 years basically behind a computer reading legal briefs. So I don't get in front of people anymore and talk, and that is why I have had a lot of jitters. But let me tell you that when they invited me to come and speak here today, I was like, absolutely, yes, estas son mis mujeres, like this is my community. And I stand before you today with so much love for this university as a board of trustee for MSU, because MSU is a Hispanic serving institution, and not just by name. It is a cultural value here at MSU, and we have incredible programs ran by incredible women, Latinas. We have our C2 Hub Director, Adrian Martinez, and the Power of Latinas touch every aspect of this campus, with our interim provost, Maria Mora, to the Director of VP and University Advancement, Christine Marquez Hudson. So MSU es la casa for the Latina Leaders Power Summit. And this momentous occasion brings us together some of the most powerful and influential women who are making incredible impact in the world. Each and every one of you is a testament to the strength, the resilience, and the determination that resides within our community. And I say that from my heart because I know that I was an undocumented immigrant for the first 13 years of my life, and it was Latinas. It was our community that nurtured and lifted up my family so that we could persevere and reach this place where all the children are educated and breaking the barriers of inequality in our country, and that doesn't happen by itself. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. As Latinas, we carry a unique blend of culture, heritage, and tenacity. We're shaped by the struggles of our ancestors and the dreams that they dared to envision. We are the embodiment of perseverance, as we have overcome countless obstacles to stand where we are today. Our journey is not easy, but it's filled with the spirit of triumph and achievement. We are leaders in business, technology, politics, the arts, and the law. But with great power comes great responsibility. As Latina leaders, we continue to pave the way for future generations. We break down barriers. We shatter glass ceilings that have confined us for too long. We must be unafraid to challenge the status quo and disrupt the systems that perpetuate inequality. We have that power to define leadership and create a more inclusive, compassionate, and just world. In the face of adversity, we remember the strength that resides within us. Remember the sacrifices of those who came before. And today, as you engage in these discussions and share experiences and forge new connections, I just want to say, let us remember that we are not alone. We have each other for support, and together we will uplift one another, empower one another, and create a legacy that will continue to inspire generations to come. I invite you to seize this moment, embrace your power, believe in the transformative power of Latina leadership, and do it knowing estás en tu casa. MSU is here to provide for you and your families and your loved ones, because if I know anything, it is that in this country, the way to break the cycle of poverty is through access to education. And so thank you for being here, thank you for your commitment, and thank you for being an inspiration. Together, let us rise, let us lead, and let us change the world. I'm now going to go back into my hole in my office and emerge 6 years in the future. Have a great day.
Help me in welcoming Vice President for Outreach and Engagement, Office of the President, University of Colorado, Tony Salazar.
move this up just a touch. Morning, everybody. So good to be here and see so many friends and community members, community champions in the room. I entered this space as a supporter, ally, and husband and father of amazing Latinas at home. My name is Tony Salazar. I am the Vice President of Outreach and Engagement in the President's Office at the University of Colorado. I am a Denver Public Schools alumnus from North High School, right up the street, North Side, and very proud to be a first-generation college attendee and graduate. Thank you. On behalf of CU President Todd Solomon and the CU Board of Regents, our university is honored to serve as the sponsor of this year's Latinas Lead Power Summit. This is the third consecutive year that CU is a major sponsor for LCFC's annual summit, and I am so proud today to note that CU's support is providing 205 scholarships for Latinas to attend today. Very proud of that. For this year's event, my Office of Outreach and Engagement partnered with Dr. Judy Diaz-Bonaquisti. I'm sure a lot of you know her in the room. Our new Senior Diversity Officer, who we recruited over, on our sponsorship today. We were fortunate to add Judy to the President's Cabinet in October, which means there are now two of us, two Latinos, on CU's executive leadership team. As we all know, representation matters. I'm going to share a little bit with you about the University of Colorado system. CU is the third largest employer in the state with over 36,000 employees. We also generate an economic impact of over $13.3 billion annually for Colorado. We consist of 4 campuses, which sometimes people don't always know about, so I have to mention that, with over 500,000 alumni around the world. 300,000 of those are in Colorado. CU Boulder, our flagship and largest campus and one of the world's top-ranked research universities, is the big one. Our Boulder campus has leading programs in aerospace engineering, physics, and business, among other things. CU Denver, the state's, thank you, so you have CU Denver folks in the room. The state's premier urban research campus here on the Aurora campus. In addition to business, engineering, and other incredible programs, CU Denver provides the only architecture degree in the state. Sounds like we have a CAP graduate in the room too. In addition, we are excited that CU Denver is about to become the first Hispanic serving institution in the CU system later this year. UCCS, which is our Southern Colorado campus in Colorado Springs, okay, UCCS, repping in the house, provides the state's leading cybersecurity program. It is also a leader in engineering and health and wellness programs, including a very popular nursing program. And finally, our Anschutz Medical Campus, home of our world-class medical campus that houses 2 independent hospitals that treat over 2 million patients per year, as well as everywhere around the state. We have programs all around the state. Anschutz also houses our medical, dental, pharmacy, and nursing schools. As part of my team's outreach and engagement work, we travel the state talking with community members. We often hear 2 common themes about CU. I can't afford to attend CU, and I don't know if I can get into CU. I hope the following information helps you think a little differently about those misperceptions. Did you know that CU Boulder has a 4-year undergraduate tuition guarantee? This allows students and families to count on the same rate of tuition and fees for 4 consecutive years, which enables Colorado families to plan for the entire 4-year tuition and mandatory fee costs. Also, did you know that CU Boulder has something called the CU Promise? We just expanded that this year, as a matter of fact. This is a combination of grants that cover tuition and fees for students with the greatest financial need. Essentially, if a student is Pell eligible, including our Colorado Asset students that I know some of us worked on in past years, and is working on a first bachelor's degree, cost is no longer an obstacle to become a CU buff. Finally, did you know that all of our CU campuses have acceptance rates of 75% or higher? CU Boulder's acceptance rate last year was over 84%, with over 90% of early applicants getting accepted. We want to be a place for everyone, regardless of who you are or where you are from. As President Solomon says, CU is committed to ensuring that we reflect Colorado's diverse population and ideas. There's a place for everyone at our campuses. Now, we know we have a lot of work to do, and we're going to continue doing that. I want to share one more announcement from this past week on the CU Denver campus. We just announced that we are refocusing and strengthening the Latino Policy and Research Center, our LRPC, in the areas of educational equity and environmental justice. Thank you. The LRPC will utilize this equity focus and research strength to serve the needs of Denver's Latino community in these key areas. Consistent with its broader mission, the center will also work to advance Latino community-informed research, to inform policy decisions enhancing the impact on the Latino community, retain students in college, and share research-backed practices that can encourage Latino students to pursue faculty and research careers. To advance this work, the system, through President Solomon, has made a $1.12 million investment over the next 4 years. Thank you for being here today. As an educational institution, CU is proud to be at an event with a great organization like the LCFC, where the community can come together and learn from one another in a culturally relevant, shared learning environment.